Okay, I am starting to paint uh, the picture that I showed of the roses over here, which I have captured on my iPad, the one of my daughter having taken on her trip to Kunoor, and I'm going to now do a finger painting with it. Okay, let's see how it goes. So I'm taking white paint and getting those puffy clouds up there, and I am taking blue and a little bit of black, more white, and I am trying to create, though I will not say that it's going to be some sort of replica, but at least I want to capture the fresh essence that I see over there, and I just want to do it in a very short while. I don't want to make it into a detailed painting because I've just suddenly got this thing that I want to see it immediately. So that makes it the need for a small painting, and I'm not going to use any elaborate technique. I don't want to let it wait for it to dry and all those things and to create second and third effects. I want it right now. So let's see what I can do. I am just going to use just this dabbing technique. I want to see those roses quickly. So I'm going to get off from this tree thing, bush thing on the side. Okay, so I'll wipe my hand to clear it off the green paint. That's the good thing about the finger, unlike a brush which you have to really wash to get to the next hue. Nothing sits on the finger. Okay, now this is the center of the flower, I guess. I've taken some dark pinks, some lovely shades I bought this time, and I'm trying to create the effect. Don't expect some replica, as I said. We are going to just create that essence of wild roses across the hedge. Okay, then I might have to add a dab of blue to make it into a violet shadow where the sun is not seeing it, and some more roses here, just a little bit. And since there's a lot of sky seen in between, I'll again wipe my hand off the pink, get back to my sky color. I could have done the sky first, but the idea is I don't want to let it to dry and to wait. I have the mood to see my painting developing right now. So not too much of dab for the sky because I don't want so many upheavals. Again, I wipe it. More of white because of the residual pink in my hand that has a purplish hue, but that's okay. Sky does have purple. Okay, so I'll borrow from that paint over there to bring it in to close in the gaps. Okay, I can see slowly the effect I want taking place, but I need those bushy things. So for that I'll have to take the help of my brush to get the long thin strands. I'll go into green and black for that. Any green and black will do. And I'll try to pull out some leaves here and there. Mostly dark green. Since there's a lot of white in the background, I can't pull, it will lighten the effect, so I just have to place it there. I'll use a little bit of chrome yellow onto my green, and I'll just have to place, touch, lift, nothing else. Anyway, with the blue background, blue plus yellow is green, so it's not going to spoil my color as such. So now I'll just take yellow because there's already a lot of blue on my brush. I'll just take yellow and try to create a few leaves. It's just the impression, it's not actually a real painting of an exact replica. It's an impression of what if I had been there and caught a glimpse of that sunny rose. That's all it's meant to be. And this effect of an incomplete painting gives the impression of as if I'm like removing a curtain and seeing a piece of the whole. It leaves something for the imagination that one wants to see more. I'm going to clear this brush to just add a bit of white highlight, to the edge of the rose. Most of it already has it, just to give it that center touch. Here and there. I might later come back and add a few highlights after it's dried. Just those curves in the rose. But basically it was just using your finger. That's a whole fun, creative feel. That's it. Now I just have to add a few more stems here and there. Make it gnarly. So that you can feel there are thorns. I'll use a bit of green, a bit of black to connect. So one doesn't do any replicating of those stems. Just play around. You can always come back and add more. This is because I just had the sudden, frightfully immediate need to see her photograph made by my hand somewhere. So there it is. I need to add a few purpley edges to this rose. So for that, since there's already pink, I'm adding a dash of blue, Prussian blue. There. I can dab in some more clouds here there. It adds more contrast. Some blue on this edge. I'm going to try out my palette knife to add more stems. It will give me the required nerve kind of unsteady thing which is seen among the branches. Okay, I'm going to clean the palette knife and maybe just experiment with some white edges here to the rose.